We have you for the next half hour breaking down the 2020 NFL Draft. This year, it was new for all of us, the NFL Draft taking place virtually because of the coronavirus pandemic. We wanted to start the show by wishing you well and also by thanking our first responders and to everyone that is staying safer at home. But most importantly, know this, football will be back. And similar to the draft, we are also doing the show virtually. It is time to welcome in the one and only James Jones. JJ, thanks for joining us. You're missed. How are you? How's your family and life in Arizona?
Oh, man, we're good, man. I miss you guys, too, man. We're good out here, though, man. The kids is out there in the swimming pool, man. I'm in AZ, so it's 100 degrees out here. So we're trying to stay warm, man. We're trying to stay in the house, man, and just enjoy the time, man.
Great to hear, James. Let's just get right into it. The talk across Wisconsin, Packers Nation, and really the entire country has been the Packers' first-round pick, General Manager Brian Gutekunst, trading up to select Jordan Love, the quarterback out of Utah State. What was your initial reaction to the move?
Man, my initial reaction was, what in the world is the Packers doing? That was my initial reaction, you know, because I'm like, dang, you're in the NFC Championship game. You're a couple pieces away of winning a Super Bowl. I feel like Aaron Rodgers has 4 or 5 good years left in him. So when I seen that, I'm like, man, what are they doing? And then I sat back. I said, okay, you know what? Aaron is up there a little bit in age, even though I think he's the greatest to ever do it, you know. So if you really think that this is the guy that you want and can be the next Aaron Rodgers, then go get him. And I was extremely happy for him.
But you played for this team. How would you feel if you're a player on this current roster, there's a chance to bring in that impact piece in round one, help you right away, versus having that long-term decision with Love probably not seeing the field until Aaron Rodgers decides that he wants to step away?
You know, to be honest with you, as a team, you know, we've dealt with this before, you know, where we felt like the Packers have drafted people that probably wasn't going to play right now, wasn't going to help us. But at the same time, you know the talent that you have there. And you know the talent that you have there is enough to get it done. And you can see what you did last year, getting to the NFC Championship and winning ball games with a first-year head coach. Now everybody is comfortable in the system on both sides of the ball. So you automatically know and understand that you can be that much better. So I think the confidence of understanding what you already have there is enough to get it done, you know, is gonna help the players and give them confidence. So, you know, I don't really think they're looking into it too much, but I'm extremely happy for Jordan Love, man, because this is a kid who gets to come in and learn behind Aaron Rodgers and sit behind Aaron Rodgers and to be able to just pick his brain and be able to get better. And when it's his time, he could go out there and show the world what he's all about. And me knowing Aaron Rodgers is going to do anything and everything he can to help this young kid. So I just encourage him, man, to pick his brain, ask as many questions as you possibly can, take as many mental reps as you possibly can when Aaron gets up there, man. So when it's your time, you can be ready. But I'm happy for the young kid, man. You know, you worked extremely hard to put yourself in a position to get drafted. And, you know, it's not like we could pick our teams where we want to go. So you're just extremely happy wherever you get drafted. For him, it's the Packers.
This is a storyline that I think will be followed not only this upcoming season, but for many years in Titletown. We had the opportunity to speak to Love right after he found out he was going to be a Green Bay Packer.
I'm already knowing that I will be able to, you know, learn a lot from, you know, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's one of the greats of the game, you know, knows what he's doing, knows a lot, has a lot of knowledge, and, you know, I'll be able to just sit behind him, pick his brain, and grow as a player and develop my game and just learn as much as I can from him.
JJ Love's saying these right things. He's only 21 years old. You mentioned the upside. Some of the draft experts have him as the highest ceiling of any quarterback in the draft class. That's over the top pick and Heisman winner Joe Burrow and Tua Tagovailoa. So what do you think is actually going to happen with this relationship? I know Rodgers is going to help him out as much as he can, but there's got to be a little bit of maybe awkwardness. You've got to think.
Well, I don't think so, because me knowing Aaron he's confident in his abilities. He feels like he's the best player, best quarterback in the world. So he's not worried about somebody coming in there taking his position, even if it was a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning coming up in there to compete with him. He's confident in his abilities. So he's not going to go in there and be like, I'm not going to help this young kid, or not going to, you know, just because this young kid's been drafted and he's behind me and we play the same position. He's confident in his abilities to get the job done at a high level, and we've all seen him get the job done at a high level. So I think the relationship is going to be unbelievable. And I've spoken with Aaron a bunch of times, man, about just this situation happening, man. And when he came in here, it wasn't a warm, fuzzy welcome. You know, a lot of people didn't want him. You know, it wasn't one person, it wasn't two people. A lot of people didn't want him. The fans were like, what in the world are the Packers doing? We have Brett Favre, you drafted this kid. And he always was one of those guys when he said, man, and when this time came, he always was going to be a great leader, always was going to be there for the guys, always was going to be there to try to help them to become the best players they are. And when you're confident in your own ability and you're not worried, if a guy beats you out, he beats you out straight up, then that's what happens. But Aaron is one of those guys who's confident in his ability, and he's going to do whatever he can to help this kid, and the relationship is going to be great.
JJ, I think you just gave Packers Nation a chance to breathe. I think they really needed to hear that.
Jordan Love, congratulations. Welcome to the Green Bay Packers. As left tackle David Bakhtiari, I wanted to give you a Green Bay Packers starter kit as a welcome to the team. 3 things I want to give you. The first thing, Aaron last year for Christmas gave me a sauna, so you're going to be able to step your game up. The second thing, though I may not spend much time with you on the scout team offense, it's really important to give us a great look week in and week out. And finally, the third thing, a little tip about Lambeau Field, especially in the winter. On the 25-yard line, both the north and south end zone is where the heaters are.
Welcome back, everyone. David Bakhtiari, great sense of humor, an All-Pro and Pro Bowl left tackle last season. James, I've got to ask, what did you have the rookies do back in your playing days? I'm sure this was going on, especially with the crew you had when you were here in Green Bay.
You know what, man? We really didn't do nothing like that, man. Obviously,
what?
You know, you got to bring, you know, you got to bring soap and deodorant and toothpaste and all that type of stuff and make sure they all good in their lockers and fill their lockers up. You got to bring all the food to the plane. When you get off the plane, if we go to dinner, the tab is on you. You better believe that. But just strictly rookie hazing, we didn't do nothing like that, man. We just didn't do nothing like that. The young guys came in,
JJ,
you got to buy all that stuff, but we didn't really do no rookie hazing.
So when you look at this draft as a whole, JJ, I think it's got Matt LaFleur's fingerprints all over it. We know he wants to run the ball. He brought this zone running scheme to Green Bay. And the second pick, A.J. Dillon, the 250-pound thumper out of Boston College, to me says this is what he wants his offense to be in year 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at it and see the way the Packers season went last year, you know, you have a big-time defense. Aaron Rodgers and that offense started coming on, you know, late in the season. But, I mean, when you start getting up and winning ball games, you want a guy that can finish the game. We have Aaron Jones, who's a special player in this league, who can do it all too. But to have a nice changeup with a big boy when they get late in the game, fourth quarter, and you got to tackle this guy and stop them from getting a first down, I mean, this is going to help the Packers ball club out. So I like the pick. You add some depth to the position. You can never have enough depth at any position. I'm a true believer in that, you know, playing in the receiver rooms that I played in, man, a lot of depth. If something goes on, if somebody gets hurt, you pop in, you don't miss a beat. And that's what you want as a football team.
We spoke to Dillon, and his first words to us, very strong about what he wants to do when he gets to Green Bay.
Everybody across the Packers Nation, I'm good to go, healthy as can be. I had a lot of carries there, but that just goes to so I can handle the workload. I can be the workhorse. Everybody can know that the ball is coming to me, and I can still turn out yards. So I'm ready to just get to work.
I love that from Dillon. Packers fans, check this out. First-round pick Jordan Love and Dillon are already friends. They have an established relationship. This picture from Dillon's Instagram. Now they become teammates. And when we talk about the culture of the locker room and building trust, these two could be that quarterback-running back duo of the future. Already have something to build off of. I'm curious to ask if it's just coincidence, but those two players will be joined by tight end and H-back Josiah DeGuara. This is another pick that emphasizes that zone scheme that Matt LaFleur wants to implement. James, when you look at these first 3 picks, how do you think they fit into the existing framework that's already been established in year 1 under LaFleur?
Well, I mean, I like this pick right here. You get a big-time tight end from Cincinnati who can run and stretch the field. You know, you could put him out at wide receiver. You could spread him out a little bit. I think his versatility is definitely going to help the Packers offense, man. You got Devontae. You got Devin Funchess that you signed in free agency. You got a very good running game. So I like what the Packers are doing over there on the offensive side of the ball. And we all know when Aaron Rodgers has a big-time tight end that can run and move and and work the middle of the field, and his versatility can go outside like a Jermichael Finley is going to help this offense. So I'm excited to see. It's year 2. Aaron's going to be much more comfortable in LaFleur's system. LaFleur is going to be much more comfortable knowing what Aaron Rodgers likes. So I'm excited about it.
James, you were a 3rd-round pick. We've got you on the show, so we had to do something special for you. 2007 draft night. This is you at your house, the picture you posted. What do you remember most from that evening?
Man, I remember getting the call, and at first I didn't even really think it was Coach Mike McCarthy. I thought it was one of my buddies messing with me. And, once I sat down and realized it was Mike, man, it was just a bunch of tears started coming down, man. And it's just, I even tell my kids, man, when you work extremely hard for something and it finally comes true, it's a surreal moment, man. It's something that you can't even really put into words. You know what I mean? And, all the hard work paid off. And I was just extremely excited, man, and ready to get to work and prove to the world that I could play this game at a high level.
James, just so you know, you were a 1st-round pick in my book, just for the record.
I appreciate that,
But
man.
time now for a quick timeout again. As we head to break, here's a special message from Jordy Nelson. We'll see you on the other side.
Hey, everybody, it's Jordy. Just want to say thank you for watching Inside the Huddle. Go Pack.
Inside. And there you go. There's the reaction in Green Bay as James Morgan is going to the Jets.
Welcome back to the Inside the Huddle draft special. That was former Ashwaubenon quarterback James Morgan. He's the first QB taken from the greater Green Bay area since Bud Keys was selected in the 10th round in 1988. Morgan is our local connection in a segment brought to us by Network Health, your hometown advantage health plan. Morgan, selected in the 4th round by the New York Jets, started his college career at Bowling Green before finishing his career at Florida International. We bring back James Jones. JJ, you lived here for years, understanding what the football culture is like in Wisconsin. Do you get excited for this kid?
Absolutely, man. I like to see the homegrown boys getting up out of there, man, out of Wisconsin, man, and getting the chance to play in the National Football League and show the world that it is very good football players in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I'm excited for him, man. I hope he goes out there and does his thing.
Speaking of Wisconsin, 4 players drafted from the Wisconsin program, including 2-time Doak Walker Award winner Jonathan Taylor. He's the first off the board to the Colts in the 2nd round. Zach Bond will play for Sean Payton in New Orleans. Tyler Biadasz goes to the Cowboys, and Mike McCarthy in the 4th. And Quintez Cephas will play for division rival Detroit. The Lions taking him in the 5th round. Here's a list of other players from Wisconsin that were drafted. Ben Bredesen finds his way to the Ravens in the 4th round. Fond du Lac's own Robert Windsor goes in the 6th round. From Penn State, and former Iowa QB and Menominee High School alum Nate Stanley goes to the Vikings in the 7th round. And before we go to commercial, we want to thank all of our community leaders who supported the Inside the Huddle draft special, including Edgewood College. Thank you so much for your support. We all hope that sports return soon, and we will return right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Inside the Huddle draft special. The Packers selecting 9 new players in 2020. The Green Bay team building philosophy has been to construct the roster from the draft dating back to Ted Thompson's time here in Green Bay. Let's look at a few of the Packers' great late-round gems brought to us by West Bend, the Silver Lining. These picks have been crucial to the success of the Packers still on the roster. How about Mason Crosby? Taken in the 6th round in 2007, he's now the Packers' all-time points leader. Corey Linsley, selected in the 5th round in 2014. He's been a mainstay at center and has been so consistent, a true anchor on the offensive line. And how about Aaron Jones? He was taken in the 5th round in 2017 at a University of Texas, El Paso. Just rewrote the Packers record book this past season for the most touchdowns in a single year. 6 selections on day 3 for the Packers in 2020. Hopefully one of them will be a late-round gem like the Packers players we just mentioned. Kamal Martin from Minnesota goes in the 4th round. Then it's 3 offensive linemen in the 6th, followed by 2 defensive players in the 7th round. And James, for guys that come in as late-round picks and undrafted free agents, what advice would you give them to assure themselves a chance at a roster spot come week 1?
Special teams. Attack the special teams, man, like no other, man. Because, like I say, when you get into this locker room, you're going to look around and you're going to see a bunch of talent on this roster from every position. So when you get there, put your head down, go to work, grind, and take special teams very serious, because special teams will be your way on this ball club. And if you make this ball club and somebody goes down, it's your time to shine. Get in there at linebacker, make some plays. Get in there at at center, O-line, and make some plays, but special teams will be your calling card to making this ball club. So attack it. A lot of guys come into this league saying, oh, I was a star in college. I don't want to play special teams. I don't want to do this. And you find your way off of a ball club. So attack special teams, take it serious, because special teams helps this team win a lot of ball games as well.
James, it's just an unprecedented time during the coronavirus, everything happening virtually. You can't get together. Some players don't have access to gyms. What do you do from now until whenever you can come to Green Bay and get a chance, whether that's OTAs later in the summer or even training camp?
Man, the main thing is make sure you just keep yourself in shape. I mean, you could get out here to some of these parks. You could run routes. You could throw balls. Old linemen, you can make sure you're working on your sets. You can make sure you're doing on that. But it's no excuses, man. There's so many things you could do at home to stay in shape, man. And, you know, you could get out, you could go run, you could jog, but make sure no matter what, you come in shape, ready to ride, because when this is over, it's not going to be that much time until the football season's going to get up and going, and you got to be in shape. You got to be ready to go. This is job now. This is your job now. You ain't going to class and all that no more. This is your job. This is how you're going to provide for your family, so take it serious.
But, James, it all goes back to Jordan Love. This team trades up to get him in round one. How good, if not great, is he going to have to be?
Man, I look at him, man, and when you watch him play, you see every bit of Aaron Rodgers in him, man. A lot of the throws he makes is Aaron Rodgers-like. So you're getting a chance to come in and sit behind Aaron Rodgers, man, and learn, and the ability he has. Hey, let's go time.